Hello, guys. My name is Pramod Bangalore. Welcome to my show, Quote Unquote My Perspective, episode number 5. Today, I'm going to talk about the choices and decisions we make in life. Some might argue that there is a difference between decision and choices. I'm going to go with the assumption that both are the same from this episode perspective. Life is about choices. Some we regret, some we are proud of, some will haunt us forever. The message: we are what we chose to be. At every stage of life, for that matter, every day, we make one or the other decision, sometimes big and sometimes small. My perspective: every decision you make in your life does not work to your favor. Some work, some don't. For me, the decision what you make is only valid at that point of time for simple reason that you consider the circumstances around you at that point of decision making and the impact of that in the future to whatever period you have the visibility to. Now, there is no guarantee that the circumstances will not change or the future is not going to change. The way the decision is going to unfold is not in your control. So that's the reason why I keep on saying the decision you make is only valid at that point of time and it can change. Now, having said that, it is not possible to make the right decision always. In my experience, people who have tried to make right decision always end up, more often or not, end up not making a decision itself. In the pursuit of making the right decision, one ends up talking to multiple people to handle a situation. Now, when you talk to multiple people, they have each one has a different perspective or different way of handling a situation. That is when you get confused and you are not sure which path to take. That is when you take a step back from your decision making. For me, the worst decision is not making a decision in the fear of wrong decision. That's the worst decision according to me. Quote: good decisions come from experience and experience comes from bad decisions. One should be proud of decisions they make which has worked to their favor. At the same time, be ready to learn from the decisions which didn't go in their favor. There are some decisions that will come back and haunt us. How does one overcome that? My perspective: when a decision does not work your favor, when you thought that you had taken everything into consideration, everything had to work that way, still didn't work, happens. There's nothing wrong. I mean, there are a few things I always keep on telling. There are a few things which are not in our control. It happens. Now, when that happens, more often or not, what we do is we start blaming the circumstances. We start blaming the people who are part of those decision making or people who are impacted by the decision making. Reality is we were part of the decision. We made that decision directly or indirectly. We were part of that decision. That's one thing we need to basically realize. Moment you realize that we were part of the decision, the chances are that we are going to learn from that, and we are, most importantly, we need to own that decision. Moment you start owning that decision, then you start blaming others, then you come back and introspect and see what went wrong and why the things spanned up the way it did. I mean, maybe you can do some corrections, right? Moment you start blaming others, you stop learning because you are always blaming others. You always feel that you are right. So it is very important that we realize any outcome of a decision, good or bad, directly or indirectly, we are responsible. We were part of the decision making. We need to own it up. To conclude, key is to make a decision. In the absence of a decision making, one will be deprived of experiencing all the things life has to offer, different emotions, different outcomes, you will be deprived of that. As I keep on saying, every human being has to undergo all kinds of emotions, and decisions are the points which will enable a person to experience all kinds of emotions. Make decisions, learn from the decisions. The biggest failure point is not learning from the experience. If you stop learning from your experience, that is the beginning of your failure. That is when you take a step back on your decision, or you start blaming others for your decision. Hope this gives a good perspective on choice and decisions. Thanks for your time. Stay tuned for my next episode.